Join us as we take you behind the scenes of making a feature film, so you can see the whole thing as it happens from start to finish.
Casting star versus unknown actors.
So basically one of the most important decisions you'll ever have to make if you're making a feature film, or even a short, is should you go for known actors with names or even a star, or unknown actors who are just gifted but they're just totally unrecognisable. So this is a crucial decision, and it's probably a decision you need to make very early on. But there are certain factors that you need to consider when you're making that decision. The decision that we made as a production team is that we're going to have a totally unknown cast of fresh talent, gifted actors, young actors looking for their first break, but we're going to have one famous actor or named actor for just one day of filming. So that's a very specific strategy, and I just want to explain a little bit about how we came to that strategy and why we decided to do that and why we think it will work in this particular case. So first of all, why is it important to have a star in the first place, and why have we gone to the trouble of trying to find a star for just one day? Well, a star will have bring two important things to your film. Number one, they'll make it more marketable, because when you get to that point of talking to sales agents, talking to distributors, and you're describing your film, you're trying to sell your film, the first thing they'll always ask you is who's in it. They'll ask you to give the names of the stars, give the names of the main actors. If you say nobody, or no one known, or no one famous, that'll pretty much kill the conversation straight away. The only way you can kind of get through that is if you're already attached to a distributor or a sales agent, or you have some other reputable person or reputable component in your team who can get you those doors open. But generally speaking, when you go to a sales agent or a distributor, the first thing they'll ask you is who's in it. So the strategy that we've followed is we're going to have a whole team, a whole cast of unknown actors, but we're going to cast a famous star for just one day. Now, why does it make sense to cast someone for just one day? Well, in theory, you'd think, well, what is the point? Well, the strategy that we've followed is we've actually wrote a specific scene in the film for this one actor for one day, where all of the scenes of that actor are just in one location in a house. So the idea is that we'll have them for one day. It'll cost us a lot of money for just one day, but we'll be able to get a lot of footage because the actor won't be moving from one location to another location. And with the footage that we get in the edit, we'll be able to kind of cut it into different parts of the film to give a little bit more breadth to the role of that character, to make it feel like that star is in the film for a lot more than they actually really are. So it's a very specific strategy. It can work because it has been shown to work in the past. Ideally, you want to have a star for more days, but the very simple reason why we've gone for one day is because that's all we can afford. This is a low budget production, and the whole idea is that we're inviting you to be part of our production, so you can see how to make your first feature film on a low budget. And if you're fortunate enough to have enough money to just get a star for one day, then you should definitely do it, because it will make the whole process, I think, a lot easier in post.
And when we get to that stage in our actual pre-production journey, we're going to do another video on that in particular. So make sure you subscribe so that you catch that video when it comes out as well.
Yeah.
So.
In fact, I think we've actually already written a little infographic on the website about how to find an A-list star for free.
If you go to esafilmscourses.com and go to our free guide section, there's that guide there and some other ones as well, all about making your films and casting, locations, that sort of thing.
Yeah. So needless to say, we are going to try and get our star for free. So let's see how we do. It may be that we have to pay a little bit of money because we're going to try to get someone particularly famous. So that's the strategy.
So is it worth paying all that money to get a big star?
Yes. Okay. Why? Well, having a big star in your film, even for one day, has a number of substantial benefits. Number one, it will be a lot easier for you when you finish your film to find a sales agent. And that can't be understated, because if you've ever been to Cannes or any film festival and seen the vast number of films that get made and are being sold every year, you'll see that the job of a sales agent is very, very tough. So if you call up a sales agent with your finished film and you haven't got a star in it, it's likely that you'll be trying very hard and working for a long time just to find sales agents who are interested in taking up your film. So a star will make a lot of difference. Number two, along a similar line, is that it'll be a lot easier to find a distributor in a whole territory, or even a network like Netflix or Amazon Prime, or one of those other big organizations who will take your film off your hands for one lump sum. If you have a star, it will just change the conversation, because you'll pick up the phone, they'll talk to you, they'll actually be interested in talking to you, and it'll make the whole process a lot easier for you. Next, the next probably important factor is a star will help you find your audience. Now, I know you probably feel that your story should sell itself and people should come to watch your film because of the virtue of the film and the story and the interest in the film. And a lot of the time that's the case, but a star will just help that whole process and make it a lot easier for you to achieve that.
They'll have existing fans base already, so even just from the offset, there'll be people already interested in seeing your film, and that will just build from there. So you're already starting with an audience of itself, I'd say.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point, is that anything that you can do to help the process along for yourself in the sales of your film is very important. If you feel there's anything you can do in terms of social media or online digital marketing, you have to go for it, because it's so competitive now with so many films being made. Nowadays you can't even rely on just having a good story, because there's so many good stories out there being told, and so many countries. So every little bit of advantage that you can get to get your film just a little bit more noticeable than other movies out there is going to make all the difference. And I think that's an important part of the whole process as well, is just thinking commercially about your film right from the beginning. We're at the very early stages of pre-production, and we're already thinking about, okay, how are we going to sell this thing? Who's going to be interested in it? How can we make it saleable? And you have to ask yourself those questions, I think, as we have, because you want to know that if you're going to do this thing, it's going to be worth your while at the end of it, and you're going to reap some kind of financial reward as well as a creative and artistic reward, isn't it?
Yeah, because if you're going to put your time and effort and money into
it, you don't want to end up poor.
You
don't want to end up poorer than you already are trying to make this film, And I know film is a passion, and money's not important for a lot of filmmakers, and that's a great quality, that you're so passionate about wanting to create something that you really believe in. It's incredible. It's wonderful, and we really support you in that. But at the end of the day, you want to be rewarded for your effort as well, in tangible terms, and you want to have something. See some results. You want to see some results, so you can have a holiday after filming. So for all those reasons, having a star is makes a lot of difference.
And I'd also say, even though often having a star, even like for one day, as we've said, can take a lot out of your already quite small budget. But as you mentioned with selling to Netflix or something like that, where you get a lump sum in return, you could actually make your money back simply by having that star, and without it you might not have been able to sell to whoever you do go to sell your film to. So sometimes it might actually be worth it, because you might actually get that money back in the long run.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. So that's our rationale for going for having a star, and good luck in your endeavours to achieve the same thing.
Thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe to our channel. And if you found this video useful, you can find loads more free resources and courses at esafilmscourses.com. So what are you waiting for? Go to esafilmscourses.com now.